Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2164. The whole party is now in the same location. They've called in the dropship that has come around to see what it can do, but there's a turret now aimed at it. The dropship is of earlier technologies. This thing seems to be a combination of technologies. Let's see how it works out, right? All right, so I guess what we need to do is roll for initiative. So don't forget to highlight your mini. And give me 2 seconds to clear out the window. Why don't you guys do me a favor and roll for initiative for me?
Just slower than the guy who's literally going to be dealing with input lag for all the things he's doing in combat, Carmine. Just saying.
Not sure what it is. It's just.
It's that medium armor, man. It's too heavy for you. Slows you down.
I'm still driving down the highway in my mind or something. I don't know. I'm not with it today.
The gasoline fumes are a bit much.
Okay, so
oh dear.
What?
Oh.
That's a lot of men's.
Oh, that's just think about it. That's just the different turns. Yeah. It's just the turns. So
still spooky.
I did that wrong. Damn it! Why do I always do that wrong? It's D8, not D20.
Yeah, I was gonna remind you, but then I was like, no, let's go remember how to play this system, right?
I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, cool. So you guys can see that the way that the initiative worked out is it's going to go. Actually, the first thing is going to go is the bad guys. Second thing is going to be Lena. Third thing is going to be the dropship. Then it's the peons. Then it's Rockwell. Then it's Carmine. Okay. So sorry, Carmine. I know it feels anticlimactic for you, but that's initiative orders, right? And unfortunately, you don't have the drop on them. All right. So what you guys are doing is all of a sudden you guys are kind of like making your way around and planning things out. Seeing this airship flying around, seeing everything that's kind of happening and coming at them, you do. They all kind of like all hop off of the vehicle because now they're sitting ducks there, and they immediately go over to surrounding buildings. So there are 8 of them. They break up into 2 groups of 4 at the moment and go over to surrounding buildings. Some of them are like hanging on the outside of the building. Some of them like kicked in a door and they're running into the building. So they're kind of like spread out on either side. For you, Rockwell, from your perspective, because again, you're there's like a 90-degree turn right where the vehicle is. From where your perspective, 4 of them just hit up a building on Main Street, but the corner of where they came off of, and 4 of them just hit up a building that's still on that interstate area, so they're kind of like out of your range of vision. Only one of them is really in your sights at the moment, but other ones will be able to pop in and out. You'll be able to take moments, right?
The absolute focus for Rockwell would be using the vision suit on the drone to try and keep these 2 in the know of where people are.
So that's kind of like what they're doing, and they're moving their whole turns, kind of like going around, setting up, hitting up where they need to be, where they're comfortable. Okay, the drone's not going to be able to instantly see everything through the walls. It's like they look at an area where there's a building, and then it takes like a round or so for it to focus and pick up the heat sensors right there. It's not like auto. All right,
exactly.
Next up is Lena. Lena, you do technically have one person you can see. You can see this person. You know that. But as far as you know, they have no clue where you are. So if you take a shot, you reveal yourself. However, theoretically, you're in a pretty safe spot. 500 meters away. Sorry, total of 600 meters away at the moment. Inside of a building that's extremely well built, etc., etc.
5th floor.
5th floor. And the turret that you just realized, not the turret, the minigun that you realized is there, is currently aiming at a ship. So not a concern of yours at the moment.
I don't know if I want to start taking shots yet. Because I feel like the whole purpose is to get them closer to me, and if I start taking people out by like decapitating them because I'm shooting them through the fucking neck, they won't want to go closer.
Yep.
They might want to take cover, they might want to scatter.
So
I don't know if it's wise for me to start taking shots.
What you can do is you can start like setting a bead on something, potentially even the vehicle that you're supposed to be sniping out. You can potentially just start setting a bead on that, so you can plan on like, I'm waiting for this the shields for one reason or another. If these shields are going down, I am focusing on the engine of this vehicle, so I can shut this vehicle down.
Now, can I, whilst I'm doing that, because I would like to do that, because we don't know how long it's going to take for them to actually start moving. What can I do from my advantage point to look at the area, see where everybody is, and just make sure, keep an eye out that they're not going to get flanked either.
Okay, well, you are, oh, that's funny.
Be their eyes.
You are, you are definitely able to do exactly that. So while you're spending your action every turn, kind of like actively looking at that, you can, what's the word I'm looking for here? My brain, I'm sorry. You can, just kind of like look out and give them heads up, so you are their eyes where their eyes can't see at the moment. You are able to do that and just more or less tell them openly what's going on, okay?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay, so you're going to play that role. Awesome.
Yep.
What is, after you is going to be the dropship's turn. This ship is making its way around. You can see that it's kind of like all of a sudden its head dips down a bit, and its gun is starting to spin because it also has its own little minigun on it. Its gun is starting to spin and warm up. It's getting within shooting range of the vehicle beneath it. It's coming in for a pass-by to actually shoot the thing. It will hit it next turn. This was its kind of like locking its aim, all of its targeting and whatnot happening. Immediately after that, it's going to go to the little pistons. The little pistons that are near Rockwell, my apologies, that are near Carmine are waiting for Carmine's commands. The other ones that are like on Main Street are still doing the whole pop by and making things happen. So that is happening right there. What are you... That goes to Rockwell. Carmine, more or less, those other ones are going to take action when you give them... Hey, would you have given them command yet?
Well, I don't know. I'd probably want them to fall in on me, to be honest, and then we, like, form a hit squad together, and we just go around flanking the enemy, just pow!
Really RTS style. You're just gonna group all up and roll.
Sure. So we're more or less...
Take our army, and we're gonna get over the...
Okay. Rockwell, your turn. What do you do?
I am... does the drone have visual on anyone?
The drone, roll for me a perception check.
Because I'm, like, the way I wanted to describe it, and if I'm not, I'd spend my turn driving. I'm, like, straight outside of the town. I am out of the way of any danger aside from if they retreat my way. And if I'm not there, I want to move there. But what was it, perception, wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. So with that 5, you are unfortunately only able to see 2 peoples. One's out of Lena's line of sight, but on like the interstate area ahead. So you can see these 2 peoples, and they're not quite in a building at the moment.
Are they in firing range?
Yeah, absolutely. The range in your pistol is ridiculous.
Yeah. So drone is peak round corner. And what it is something I'm gonna have to like straight ask you how to roll this, because I can't make it an automatic thing because it's a pilot roll. So it's a roll plus pilot plus 1 plus intelligence. That's a D20, right?
Yes. Pilot plus
so
intelligence
20,
plus
that was just
whatever.
A flat 20. That's not what I wanted.
Plus is pilot plus intelligence plus other modifiers.
My BAB.
BAB, that's right.
Which is just a 1.
So I think it's a total of a 3 for you.
It's a +3. Yeah, it's just I can't make it a default like a pistol shot because I can't make that a pilot roll. So 17.
17. Cool. So you hit your target. No question. You hit your target.
Sweet. I might as well just roll the damage for this. Like that's what it is. So I'm sitting in the sports car.
Yep.
Piloting the drone, shooting peeps.
Okay.
He's gonna go out. He's going out in style.
So one of the people is kind of like sitting outside the building, trying to get its like bearings of where it is that it wants to go. getting its bearings, like being a lookout, trying to be lookout to where everybody is, and all of a sudden this drone's kind of like goes over it, lines up with its pistol, and then it hits the guy. His Mass Effect field takes the hit for him, so he's still safe. However, he's like. You immediately hear him like reacting, and so you can see him like giving orders, and you can see like motion happening around that whole area. Yep.
Yes.
That is going to be Rockwell. Next is Carmine. Carmine, you did see what the drone just did, and you saw everything that's happening right there.
Okay, is there a way that I can move into cover and still have a shot on the same guy?
Give me a second to think. So, yes, you most certainly can, because kind of funny. Yes, you most certainly can, because they're on the same strip as you are, the interstate, not turn 90 degrees down the main street, right? So they're on the same strip that you are. You can do that and have the partial cover. Kind of funny, the best place to be right now to get cover from them and get a clean target to them and so on and so forth is to use their vehicle as cover. Whether or not that's a good idea because it's about to get lit up from a thing overhead is a different story, but that vehicle is the best cover. Other than that, there are other buildings and whatnot that you can use.
Yeah, I'd like to not use the vehicle as a cover if I could.
Yep.
That seems like a very bad
So
idea.
you guys are going to have cover against each other.
That's fine. I'll take out, what's the range? I'm betting it's more than 30 meters.
Yes, it's definitely more than 30 meters from where you are right now. It's about 50 meters.
That's perfect assault rifle range.
There you go.
So, I'm just gonna take, I'm gonna take a single shot. No burst yet.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep it on the down low. Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, you kind of walk up and you line up your shot and you take it, and they were already put on alert by the drone, so the attack didn't hit. I imagine you kind of look at the drone like, fucking drone. And that is your turn. However, the other people kind of like held their turn behind yours. When you like, you give like the signal, we're going for that one. You give the signal, and they like kind of like look at each other like they don't know what's going on. You're like, we're going for that one. Do me a favor, roll me a command charisma check.
Command charisma check. Oh boy.
No, that was really good. That was actually a critical success. You did a critical success. So you tell them, you like give commands. They don't know what's going on. You're like, that guy right there. Or actually, I'll let you RP what you want to say to them. To you get critical success on your commands charisma to tell them who you're attacking.
So I just like full military select, fall on me, that guy, and then they're just basically shrugging their shoulders at me. So I shoot him, and there's like, shoot that one. Jesus.
So kind of funny.
Back into cover.
With your commands, because you did critical success, instinct put aside, they actually followed your lead, your actual lead. They all pop out. They're going to make their shot, and then they're going to go back into cover as well. So they're all like, you're literally going to see a swarm of people out, and then they kind of hop back into cover. Now, Rookie, you had sent most people over to him, right? You had sent like 16 people over to him to aid him.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to really light them up from behind. And I don't know if you remember, but what I had said beforehand was, or maybe I said it, I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream, but I'm kind of like using them as group attacks as opposed to individual ones, right? Mm-hmm. So that's going to work. So they get a bonus chance to hit, and they're going to act as more or less one attack roll that does better damage than they would if they were just a bunch of individual ones. Now, their assault rifles do only 2d4 damage as opposed to the 2d8 damage, which is sad. But because each group, there's so many of them, I'm going to do their damage as 5d4 plus 2. So, if they hit. So, okay, we're going to make their attack roll. They have no BAB. They have a total of a +2 chance to hit. All right, let's do this. They get 2 attack rolls for 2 groups of 8. Going. All right, first attack rolls a 12. All of a sudden, like 8 people jump in, like, and they start lighting up the air. There's bullets flying everywhere. Blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, their targets, whether it be like their Mass Effect fields protect them, or like they're just the spray is just hitting walls and the ground and kind of flying out, it is not hitting their target. The second attack roll from another group jumps out and follows your command. Even worse! Oh my god, just bullets everywhere. They are not. It's probably because they're not like squeezing their trigger. They're not pulling their trigger. They're just like ramming it, like and the recoil just go nuts and just sprays of bullets everywhere. No chances of them hitting their own friends or anything, but oh my god, it really is like a stormtrooper moment. So just
Carmine is
bullets
running his head into the wall in frustration at this point. He's just like, God damn it.
but they get back into cover following your lead. After Carmine is going to go to the patrol
that's much
peoples.
of a bonus at this point, but okay.
They see where all of you guys are, and so like they have communication amongst themselves really quickly, and then two of them are gonna hoof it as fast as they can to get over behind the armored vehicle, more than halving the distance between where they were and where you guys are, getting them to about 20 meters away. And that's where they're gonna have to end their turn because they just straight hoofed it over there. The other peoples that are back there, they're kind of like trying to line up their attacks, and they're just making attack rolls at that at you guys. The first one is going to be against you, Rick, and the second one is going to be against your friends. So it's 2d8. All right. It's funny. It says assault flyful. Here we go. So first one against you, Rick, is a horrible miss. You got pretty good. You kind of like peek out to see where things are going. You go and you like hop behind the wall and ping, it tings off the wall. You're safe. You're good to go. The next one's against like the people around you. Oh my god, that is a terrible roll. They roll a natural one. So the second one comes out. He pulls out his gun and he's like, doof, 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 and tries to like do a burst fire and attack at the people that are over there. But actually, in doing so, as he goes out there to take that fire, because critical failure does exist in this game, he kind of goes out there, takes his fire, and as he tries to go backwards, he actually trips and falls backwards onto the ground from where he was, leaving him exposed in the street a good 50 meters away. That is their turn. From that building, from the other building, the one that Lena can actually see, the one that she can see starts to make his way crouching over, and he lines up his shot and tries to take a shot at the drone. The other three, nobody can see what they're doing at the moment. So, shot at the drone. What's its AC, Ollie? Doesn't matter. I rolled
12.
a total of 6 chance to hit. So,
Yeah.
the thing comes over, tries to line up a shot of the drone, but it's almost like all Rockwell's sitting there, and then he sees like a blip on the radio. He's like, just like starts scrambling the thing. It's not even like a clean dodge. It's just kind of like the thing just starts moving like sporadically to get out of the way. It's like, oh shit, this is expensive. And mommy bought this for me. So the thing like moves sporadically, and luckily the shots hit. The other three start moving around in the building. You guys can't really see where they are. Another one is going to take a shot at the drone. Oh, it's a hit. Ollie, what's its AC?
12.
12? It's going to hit. Oh, God. Does this thing have a mass effect field? It should, right?
No, it doesn't have shields, specifically. If you think, like, because remember, these rules are made for...
Yeah.
Number,
So it should
does
should
shields?
have shields, yes. It should
How
have
many
shields
shields
of
would it have?
5 with an
Yeah.
armor of 1.
Okay, cool.
So if that wasn't about... I should probably give you a little token onto Roll20 so you can keep track of that, too. So we'll take care of that. I don't know what its health is, but let's do some damage to this little bitch.
8 health or something?
It's got 8 health, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh, cool. So it should likely survive this attack.
It'll be fine now that it has shields, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like 8 health is a lot for the drones. Unless you wanted to go for one that's specifically made for combat. Like,
Robo
it's
well
like
has
the
more
only
HP
one that has
probably.
more than 2, I think.
Doesn't
that's
it have
nice.
more health than you?
Yeah.
It has more health than me, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, let's make...
It's a well-made little machine, and Rockwell is not a well-made little machine.
We're just
Alright.
gonna bring Robo-Well instead of Rockwell next
Yeah,
time.
and it's cuter than Rockwell too. I doodled it once. It's adorable.
Oh, I rolled the wrong
5
button.
damage.
I pressed... No. That
Oh.
was attack. I didn't roll damage. Hold
Damn
on.
it.
Ah, shame.
Oh! 8 points of
Ooh.
damage.
Okay, so the shields are on it are down.
So the shields go down. It knocks down the shields. It reduces 1, so it takes what, 2 points of damage
Yeah, so it's on
against the
6
actual
health.
hull.
So it'll take a little dent. It'll...
So it's like bink as it hits it. The other 2 people are actually gonna come bursting out of the building into an area where you can see them, Rick. But they're gonna line up and they're actually gonna make burst fires at the friends that you guys have. So first burst fire, second burst
Kill the
fire.
civilians, not the drone. That's what I wanted you to do.
Okay, the first one is actually going to miss them because like they all kind of like scrambled over each other to get into cover. However, unfortunately, as they scramble over each other to get into cover, as the second guy comes out and starts lining up, they're scrambling against each other, left a few of them really exposed. And that damage right there is going to be enough to kill 3 of them. So they just kill 3 of those people and they drop. So 3 of the 16 that was with you, Rick. That's
Just looking to that.
their turns. It's now Lena's turn. You still only see the one because of where angling is. You can still only see the one of them at the moment. However, Lena, you can, if you want to, instead of holding the bead on this person here, because you need them to be on the street where you have your full line of sight, right? If instead of holding the bead on there and trying to line up the perfect shot, you can take over the satellite and try to get a live feed from the satellite.
That's a good idea.
But you're going to be giving up your perfect shot building.
It doesn't look like they're moving though, for God's sake.
At the moment. This is that was only round 1. We're entering round 2 now.
No,
yeah, the
I'm not
dropship's
gonna.
about to do its run.
Yeah, Disruption's about
I'm
to
not
do it.
gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that. I need to make sure I keep this shot because the whole point of this and the whole reason why these civilians are dying is because she wants them to get to the fucking gas station. So there's no point in getting them to the gas station and not even having a shot ready and missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep on target.
Stay on
just-
target.
Yeah.
Just a question, a side
Shoot.
note. On roll 20, am I supposed to be seeing something with our tokens?
Are you supposed to be seeing?
No, our tokens
Oh,
are
no,
just
no.
there. This is
There.
theatre of the mind. All imaginary.
Yep.
They're
Exactly.
just
They're-
there so we can have our stats on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to check. Okay. There's not really anything else I can do if I'm keeping my shot. Is there?
At the moment, you can just give them information, which right now, you're more or less, you're kind of holding your turn for being effective later on this second. So don't worry, you'll be, things are going to change in a moment, right? So, next one is going to be the drop ship, which is flying by, and it's actually going to open up its turrets and start shooting. So it's like, brrrr, and it immediately hits the target beneath it. You can see the little blue bits of Mass Effect field around this thing, stopping these bullets, and it actually stops every single solitary bullet from the drop ship. However, Lena, because you're focusing on this thing, you've got your target on it, you've got your critical success and everything from beforehand, you can see immediately the draw that happens from the engine. Instantly, as this happens, you can see that the engine took a huge hit from this. To be fair, it took a huge hit. It's probably going to take 2 more passes for the Mass Effect field to fully go down if you're relying just on the dropship alone. However, if there was a way to aid it in dropping the shields, it could happen faster. That aid could potentially come from you taking a shot, or it could come from another source if you want to keep holding your bead.
Okay.
So it's, you can kind of give that heads up to them, okay? So where is?
Let's just say I do that.
Yeah, what do you say to them?
I'd just basically tell them exactly what you just said, just in a fewer words.
Okay. Kind of some.
And I'd probably just say I'm holding target. If you think otherwise, have any other ideas, tell me.
Could I throw in a quick reply?
Sure, please.
I might have an idea that might help.
Oh God.
4 ideas.
Oh God. I'm afraid. Okay, Rockwell,
All
it's
the
your turn.
grenades, all the pins.
It's your turn.
I want to shoot at the guy, not the one that shot at the drone, the one that fell on the floor.
Okay, your drone is close enough to him that he can easily get into a range of shooting that guy. So I'm going to explain something to you.
Well, as long as I don't have to move, because I want the drone's move to be getting the hell like round a corner.
So
far
you
away.
could easily get up to because what you're shooting at a guy on the ground, you actually have like a penalty to that one.
Oh.
However, if you get close, that penalty becomes a bonus. And the drone is so small, it could actually go underneath the vehicle. And if you know armored vehicles, they go pretty fucking low to the ground. This thing can fit underneath there.
It's like a disc.
Yeah.
Huh. We want to scare them into moving. Flying over, shooting a guy on the ground, and zipping under their vehicle would make sense. So I think that's actually like a smart idea. All right. I mean, of course, doing what the DM says is never a good idea, but no, I'm sure I'll be fine. So I'll do that. What's the bonuses I get?
Because you're doing that shot from underneath there, +2.
Oh, +5. Nice. Oh. When do shields recharge? I should really write it down somewhere.
After 2
Three
rounds of not
rounds
taking
combat, I
damage.
believe.
2 rounds and
Yep.
Okay. 17.
So the 17 chance to hit is a fucking hit. Do your damage. And your damage is 4. So the guy that's on the ground takes 4 points of damage while being on the ground, and that hits his shields but doesn't drop him, unfortunately. But you are underneath the thing. Okay.
Yeah. The more important is the movement and the chaos, right? Yeah.
And he's already taken what, 5 from Rick, I think. Yeah, 5 from
No,
Rick.
from the drone.
Oh, sorry, from the drone earlier. That's right. You did 9 to the guy. Okay.
Oh
cool.
wait, yeah. Speaking of, I do unmodified 1d4 shock damage on a miss. I don't know that.
You do. Do your unmodified 1d4 shock damage because of one of your talents. 2. So you're taking a total of 11. Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Hang on. I'm pretty sure. No, never mind. Unmodified. I was thinking like I can add my assault rifle skill to things, but then yeah, unmodified. So
Yep. No,
that's
you're
2
good.
extra damage though.
It is. All right. So let's keep going. So we writing down. So you guys after you is actual Carmine's turn.
Yay! So
So
I
I'm
yell
gonna
at the
remind
guys.
you, there is the guys that are using the vehicle as cover. The vehicle, which took probably a third of its shields are gone, maybe more, maybe less. There are the ones over by the building far ahead. One's on the ground outside the building. One's inside of it with cover. And then there are 2 that kind of completely open and exposed that just shot the fuck out of the friends in front of you. And then 2 more that you can't really see.
Yeah. So
3 groups of 2.
if I
4
were to shoot, if I were to put 2 meters AOE on the vehicle, would that affect both the guys taking cover behind it?
If you were to do what one more time?
If I were to use 2-meter AOE on the vehicle,
Oh, yeah.
would that affect?
If you line up your shot right, abso-fucking-lutely.
All right. Because what I'm thinking is that I might carnage the vehicle, use the
my
shock
God.
damage to get rid of the other guys.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous. And they've already done most of the you're going to be able to get to 12 meters away from them, line up that shot, and okay, sure, yeah. Let's do this.
So
Okay.
Carmine's a little bit annoyed. He yells at the civilians to watch their spacing. Basically, don't bunch up. If you stay together too close, you're gonna get dropped in a burst. And then he just vaults over the cover, gets into a good position, flicks the switch on his shotgun, lines up the shots, and just boom, overcharge. 36 damage, which is like 3 points of damage to the vehicle, which is, you know, it could probably drop a Krogan if he hasn't got any shields, but to a vehicle, it's gonna do something. But the guys, they take shock damage.
Oh, they do. Roll me your shock damage. Oh my god, so much
Hang on,
damage. It's straight like you're rolling a regular attack roll.
Okay,
Regular
so that's-
damage roll.
Okay. That's 17 points of shock damage.
Oh my god! Okay, their shields are completely gone because they had 15 shields, and their armor absorbed the rest of the thing, but they have no shields. They're completely exposed now. The damage, Rookie, because you can see it on your tool, the amount of damage that he just did to that vehicle was certainly enough that those shields are up, sure, but it's one of those things where you're actually thinking, if I take a shot now, and it's a good one, it could work.
good.
I have a chance of working. But if it's not a perfect, if it's not a really, really good shot, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those like it's kind of like you're on that cusp now. Where it's like it's feasible, but is it worth the chance? Whereas before it wasn't even feasible, right?